friends, so glad you're here. I really need some advice. I just got invited to a potluck party. We're all supposed to sign up to bring something different, and I don't know what to sign up for. Maybe you've been in a similar situation with a school, church, sports group, family, or friend potluck and can help me out. There's just so many options. Desserts, main dishes, appetizers, fruit trays, veggie trays, drinks, paper plates, cups, napkins, silverware. I'm so overwhelmed. The last time I saw a sign-up list this long was when I was registering for my college classes. If you're approaching that step of your university journey with trepidation, don't worry. After today's lesson, you'll know all about the 3 C's of registering for rookies: calendars, classes, and correspondence. We'll be learning how to plan and register for classes through creating a schedule, selecting your courses, and talking to trusted advisors and friends. Time to get started. Once you've sorted through all of your successful applications, decided which college is right for you, and accepted their offer, you will need to register for classes. Different colleges have different processes for registration. Some are completely online, while others require first-time students to do it in person with an academic advisor or at the registrar's office. Either way, there are a few steps you can take to make the process as smooth as possible. Which brings us to our first C, calendars. Mark the earliest possible date that you can register for classes. Usually, university registration is based on seniority. The upperclassmen, seniors and juniors, get to register first, while the sophomores and freshmen have the later dates. Incoming freshmen are given the last availability. Because classes can fill up quickly, sign up as soon as possible. When I was in undergrad and graduate school, I set an alarm for the exact minute that I could rush to my laptop, select my classes, and hit enter, which obviously meant that I had picked my classes far in advance. The course catalog will be available for perusal before your registration date. Take some time to look at which classes will be offered. If you know your major, check your course roadmap or four-year plan to see which courses you need to take to graduate on time. We'll cover more about four-year plans next class. If you haven't declared your major, sign up for general education credits, also called Gen Eds, such as English, math, history, and more. You can also try an interesting class to see if it'll inspire you to pick a major. And make sure you pick backup classes in case your first choices fill up. As you sort through all the options, keep your calendar and schedule close by. Aim for 4 to 6 classes per semester. You can either choose to spread them throughout the week so you don't spend a full day in a classroom, or you could choose to take all your classes on the same day and get them over with all at once. It can be difficult to schedule your classes on the same day, but it is possible with evening, night, and online courses. Just make sure that you don't double book yourself either with classes or work conflicts and family obligations. And a quick warning. If you are not a morning person or have to stay up late for work or other obligations, avoid those 8 a.m. classes. It could be difficult to keep those eyes open if you are up until the wee hours of the morning. Sorry about that. Good thing my alarm woke me up because it's time to move on to our second C, classes. There are 2 primary schools of thought when it comes to class selection. In Basics First Academy, you take your Gen Eds first. By taking your foundational classes early, you can practice for your more advanced courses later. You also won't have to worry about them later when you're wanting to focus on your more advanced classwork, business connections, networking, and all the other graduation worries. The other school of thought is exactly opposite. In the Institute of Majors First, you take the classes required for your major first. This gives you more flexibility later in case you want to study abroad, take an internship, or more. Gen Eds are usually offered every semester, so you won't have to worry about the availability of those courses. The final method to class selection is similar to homeschooling, individual and personalized. If you have a special degree plan like double majoring or early graduation, you may have to take classes out of order. Because I double majored in history and theater performance, I had to take senior level classes like script writing and historiography my freshman year. If you have to take an advanced course early, you may need to get a specially signed form from the chair or dean of the program. You'll need to submit this form into the registrar's office before they'll allow you to sign up for the course. No matter which method or school of thought you use for class selection, make sure you balance the types of courses you are taking. You don't want to be assigned 5 research papers, or 70 pages of math problems, or 20 science experiments all at the same time. Take an assortment of subjects to keep your classwork varied. When you start registration, remember that you take professors, not classes. A good teacher can make any subject interesting. For example, I actually had a blast in modern English grammar. And unfortunately, the opposite is also true. A poor professor can dampen the enthusiasm of an otherwise awesome class, which is why I did not enjoy my stage combat course, even with all the kicking and punching and swords and knives. Once you find a professor whose teaching style works for you, you can keep signing up for their classes. However, during your first registration, you probably won't know. So, use that third C of registering for rookies, correspondence. If you know someone who attends a university already, ask for their opinions. If you are going into the unknown, see if you can find previous students to talk to. You can meet some through social media or ask the admissions office to connect you to a current student. You can also talk to your own friends. If your friends are going to the same college as you could all sign up for the same course. Then you've got a support system no matter how the class turns out. If you get confused or overwhelmed, reach out to the school. You can talk to your admissions counselor, academic advisor, or the registrar's office. Any and all of them will be able to help you or guide you to someone who can. For your first registration experience, they can be an invaluable source of information and insight into which classes to take. Finally, correspond with the professors, especially if a desired class fills up before you can register. Talk to the professor of that course, and then contact the chair of the department or the dean of the school. Usually, they have the power to change things. See if they can add you to the class or put you on a wait list in case somebody drops. If they see that you are enthusiastic and passionate about a specific course, they will be more likely to help you out. And speaking of helping out, thanks for your help in picking what I should sign up for with a potluck. I hope I helped you as well with the C's of registering for rookies, calendars, classes, and correspondence. I can't wait to eat all that delicious food at the potluck. I gotta get started on making my special Caroline carrot cake cupcakes while you check out the practice questions and supplemental PDF for this lesson to prepare for our next class where we'll explore the 4-year flow. Until then, keep constructing your college castle in the sky.